Alright guys, so I went through absolute hell recording this video, so do me a quick favor. If you like this vid or if you like my content, do consider subscribing to my channel because I am trying to reach 1000 subs before the end of season so that when we start season 6, well, we have a decent following size, which makes it more clickable. Alright? The reason why this was such a challenge to do, such a chore, such a painful endeavor is because I am running my new ball and chain build, which I haven't even shared yet and made videos on. Extremely underpowered, all because I am running the wrong enchantment. Which leads us into today's topic. Enchantments have been ruining Sorcerer since pre-season of Diablo 4. A bold claim at that. However, don't get me wrong, I do not dislike the enchantment system. I actually like that there is an enchantment system. I like that there are a lot of options to choose from. A lot of them are fun and cool, like this ball lightning one, which spawns a static ball lightning on the floor, which actually deals quite a bit of damage if you lucky hit on a critical hit. So it's cool, it's awesome, right? It's really nice to see. A lot of you probably haven't even seen this enchantment because, well, there are just 3 or maybe 4 really good enchantments that most builds need to run. Basically mandatory for your build to run properly and for you to survive and get far in the pits or perform well in T8s. Let's get into those enchantments, shall we? Number 1, and you probably know this one. There you go, I'm dead because I'm not running the right enchantment. Firebolt. Firebolt is the king of enchantments since the beginning of time, since the beginning of D4. And the reason why is the burning effects or the burning stats that we get, or the stats that we get from burning enemies, is so big from our Paragon board that you cannot ignore it. Alright? If you do, I have tried this, guys. I've tried to run no burning effects or no burning damage to burning or damage reduction to burning, and it sucks. It makes the build so weak. I don't know why, but damage to burning enemy, I don't know if it's a multiplier or what, but it does so much damage increase to the build that you really can't not have it. Which leaves us to Firebolt. Firebolt makes all your skills deal burning damage, which is really strong. It's a really OP thing to have. And honestly, there is just one other alternative if you want, which is also pretty good. Hydra. Hydra is also pretty good because it synergizes with Conjuration Mastery, resulting in more damage, more movement speed, and more mana regen. However, the problem with Hydra, it is a single target skill, meaning to say it only hits one target, only burning one of them, making the others non-burning. So imagine this situation, and this happened to me a lot of times today. This that was so painful and annoying. I have a new, or I have regained my hate for corpse bows doing this challenge or doing this video. If the corpse bow is not burning and you do not have a barrier up or you have a low barrier up, that corpse bow can one-shot the hell out of you. It's gonna be Goodnight Irene. The Goodnight Irene! Absolutely sucks because, well, you don't gain that DR from burning when you're running Hydra. Unlike Firebolt, which hits or burns every enemy that your skill hits. If you're running Chain Lightning, that Chain Lightning is gonna hit a lot of mobs. If you're running Lightning Spear, it's gonna hit a lot of mobs. If you're running Unstable Currents, you're gonna hit a lot of mobs with a lot of different skills. So definitely the whole board or the whole map is gonna be burning enemies. resulting in you benefiting from damage reduction and damage to burning. Yeah, that's why Firebolt is mandatory. And honestly, mandatory stuff kind of kills theory crafting, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, I know that there are some new techs coming out, especially with Charge Bolt, the Charge Bolt enchant, and unstable current aspects, making you infinitely summon lightning spears, I think. However, not every build can run that, so it's kind of niche, right? Let's move on to the next mandatory enchantment, an OP enchantment at that, and the one that is missing from my build right now because I am running Firebolt right now on this video right here. If I wasn't running Firebolt, I couldn't clear this. Honestly, I don't think I could clear this without Firebolt. The one that I'm not running is Iceblades. And Iceblades, the enchantment is OP. It is so strong. And the reason why is because Iceblades in itself is already so strong. Alright, why is it so strong? Number one, it is your source of cold damage for your Tall Ring. It is also your cooldown reset skill. And not just the Ice Blades, but if you have a lot of Ice Blades, then you can spam your Ice Blade skill, which is nuts. You can have up to 6 Ice Blades, which you benefit from if you have Conjuration Mastery. If you have plus 10 like I do, that is an additional 50% damage, 50% movement speed, I think, and 100% mana regen. That is a lot, guys. And if you can see how I'm moving, I am moving really slow. I have to dodge a lot because I don't run any movement speed. And having that 50% movement speed will probably save me from a lot of floor effects, which is the one that kills me often in T8s, besides Corpse Bows and freaking Desecrator, right? And sometimes Butcher. Anyway, Ice Blades. It resets all your skills. You can have up to 6 of them. It also is a cooldown skill on itself, which makes you gain barrier. And guys, I don't know how to tell you this, but if you're running T8s and you're running low HP builds, kind of like me, I have only about 18,000, which I think is already a lot. Because I run Glass Cannon. I have 14 stacks of Glass Cannon, and I want to have as much int as possible. I like playing the Glass Cannon type of Sorcerer, which is a lot of damage, really fast, rather than a tanky Sorc with low damage, killing slow. I like to deal a lot of damage, right? So Glass Cannon is my playstyle. And on this vid, I am extremely hard-headed because I am trying to prove a point. How important Ice Blades is. It is unquestionably really important. You have a constant source of barrier, resulting into you having total uptime, almost 100% uptime on your Storm Swell. Also, it increases your survivability. You get less one-shots from any source. Ice Blades is broken. It is honestly the second, if not the best enchantment in the game. Now, the last enchantment, which I honestly don't have any problems with. I don't mind running this one because it is fun to run, and that's Teleport. Teleport is almost mandatory if you're running a Ball Lightning build. It is nice to have for quick movements. It is also really important in the pits to group up mobs, especially if you are running Raiment of the Infinite, which pulls all things affected by teleport, all the mobs affected by teleport into one spot. And if you're a Chain Lightning, you're going to benefit a lot from that. So teleport is quite mandatory on some skills, some builds. However, it is almost like the least mandatory top 3 enchantments, right? Now, I have no problems with that. I'm actually a fan of teleport. I kind of want to make a teleport build, but Firebolt and Iceblades, they are the top two and they are the most used ones. And honestly, it's so obvious that if you're not running these on a lot of the builds, you are losing out on so much that it's almost a must-have to put as an enchantment. And as a theory crafter, this ruins Sorcerer for me because there are so many other options. Like I said, Ball Lightning. You could actually even try Lightning, what do you call it? Lightning. Chain Lightning enchants so that you have an additional Chain Lightning cast that's free that you will get all the time because you spend so much mana on a Chain Lightning build that it might be pretty cool to have an extra chain for free, right? But it is gonna burn 66 more mana, so you might overburn your mana, but even then, it's nice to have. Also, the Fireball effect, which is a very popular enchantment as well, mostly for leveling, right? It loses its luster when you're in the end game because you don't benefit as much. But if you're trash mob clearing, like NMDs, easy pit runs, Firebolt is actually really strong. You can clear trash mobs really fast. But yeah, everything else is situational and not optimum. The very few exceptions are Hydra, Charge Bolt. This off the top of my head, guys. I think that's it. And oh yeah, and if you're really bad at the game, I'm sorry it's not a slight, but I guess it is. If you're really bad at the game, you could run the Flame Shield enchant, and I am guilty of using the Flame Shield enchant on pits, especially the earlier pits when I was trying out, because I just came back to the game, guys. I left season 1 and back at season 5. I did play a little bit of season 4, but I didn't play Sorc. So when I first started doing my pits, I ran Flame Shield enchant, so I could learn a little bit and I could, last during the boss fights longer so that I know how to dodge. And yeah, Flame Shield enchant is pretty good. But other than that, guys, if you're running anything else, you are not benefiting. And that right there is a big problem. Now, like all my videos, I'm gonna try to maybe find a solution to this problem, and a lot of other content creators have also thought of the solution. Maybe Blizzard could make us have an additional slot to our enchantments, because I mean the Druid has so many. The Druid has what, 5 additional stats that they can put? That's a lot. The Druid has so many options and they're all pretty good options as well. I think it's 4. Is it 4 times 5? Is it 25 options and then they can get 5 out of the 25? I'm not sure if it's 25 or 20. I do have a Druid. I don't know why I'm blanking on this. But yeah, the Druids have it. Why can't the Sorc have? Just give us one more slot. Right? We don't need that much. Because if you imagine this, you can have that Firebolt. You can have the Iceblades for the cooldowns. Oh yeah, check this thing out. I was able to burst them down. This is awesome. And then you can have a free slot that you can randomly put whatever skill. I would put Ball Lightning just because it's so fun to see. Alright? I think that's a really good fix for this problem. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I think it is good. If you like the vid, again, like the vid, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all on the next video. Peace.